Hello ladies and gentlemen, fellow traders. Today is Sunday, 10th of May 2020. The time is 10:39 a.m. Welcome to our BBMA weekly analysis for the trading week of 11 to 15 May 2020. Let's get started. Let's review our BBMA setup SOP. Nothing have changed. 4 time frame, weekly, daily, H4 and H1. Entry at H4. Use H1 as a confirmation. We also use automation in TradingView to detect our CSM setup. We trade one pair per account with maximum 1% risk per trade, and we trade maximum 5 pair at the same time. Let's review our last week trades performance. For the last week of 3rd of May, our growth was 0.43%. This is shy a little bit to recover back the loss that we have from the previous week. As we can see, using BBMA, we are able to maintain our loss and also have overall good trading performance. For last week, our trade are mostly closed with TP. However, we have 2 extra trade last week, which we take before the NFP because the setup was valid. We have EU and also UCHF. However, these 2 trade has not been closed because the price movement after the NFP was very little, so we still hold to the trade because it's still a valid trade setup. Okay, let's look at this week trade setup. We first start by review the DXY USD currency index. Last week we are selling it, and this week we see the price is at the MA 510 low. This is a buy setup for us. So in D1 weekly is re-entry buy. In daily is currently is a MHV buy. So we want to look for this price to move upward. However, at the same time, it can also continue to make the CSM here. If that happen, mean the USD will continue to get weaker. On H4, we can see as CSM sell. There's no strength for USD yet because USD currency performance was very bad in the NFP last week. So there's possibility that this CSM will continue. In that case, we will not buy, but we will wait for this to make a CSM buy here on H1. So what we need to see is this candle close up and close above the top BB, something like this. Okay, that's for USD currency index. For our first pair, we look at Euro USD. For Euro USD, we can see that in weekly, at the moment, the price is at the re-entry buy zone. Okay, so in daily, it's making a MHV buy. As you can see, let me make it a little bit bigger. The price go down but did not close below the low BB, so it's making a re-entry buy. And H4, we can see that the price is actually testing the top BB and now is at the re-entry buy. And on H1, we can see that the CSM buy is already valid. That's why we can instant entry on Euro USD for this week. Okay, next pair, USD CHF. Same thing with reverse with the Euro USD. USD CHF is at the re-entry sell zone, which is up here. So price reject the EMA 50 here, and we look at daily doing a MHV sell. Okay, and H4, we want to see price close as CSM, but here it actually reject the low BB. Let's see H1. So on H1, we can see that the price is actually making a CSM sell here and doing a re-entry sell here, which already happened. So that's why we entry for USD CHF last week. Okay, so USD CHF is a sell and Euro USD is a buy. Okay, next pair for this week will be Euro GBP. Euro GBP on weekly time frame, we can see that the price is at the re-entry buy zone, which is at the MA 510 low over here, and we want to see at the lower time frame price is making a CSM buy. On a D1, you see the price is really at a very tight range over here. Let me just zoom it. Even if I zoom, it's really small, right? So it's a very tight range, just whipsawing between MA 510 low and high over here, and eventually this will break. Okay, so that's why we want to see it break. So even on the lower time frame on H4, it's still making a very tight range, and this will usually, if this happen, it will break and make a one big directional move, either up or down. So for us, we're looking to buy, and you want to see on H1 over here. Wow, this is really tight, right? We want to see because you want to buy, you want to see it break above the top BB. At the time being, it has not doing that. It's still doing a sell. So we are not in this trade until this break the top BB over here. Okay, that's for Euro GBP. So for to wait for the CSM as usual, we would we would do our alert as we always did. Okay, so we remove the last week alert, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna add alert for wait a minute, CSM buy. So we want to look for CSM buy. Okay, so at H1, and at the same time, you want to see the price close above the EMA 50 before we can take any trade. Okay, it's like close up here. Okay, so that's our first alert for this week. Next pair that we want to look at for this week will be CAD-JPY. CAD-JPY. Okay, for CAD-JPY, it's at the re-entry buy zone. Let's look at the lower time frame. D1 is making a MHV buy, and this one actually a very quite a good candle, but as you can see, this is a bullish engulfing, right? If you can see here. Okay, so you see the size of this bull candle is bigger than the bear candle, fully engulfed. So this is a bullish engulfing, indicate to us that a strong reversal up is happening. On H4, we can see the price actually go to the top BB, but it did not make a CSM. However, if you look at H1, we can see CSM is already happened here. So in this case, what can we do? For CAD-JPY, we can go back to H4. Okay, let's make this H4, and this will be our buy zone. Okay, so we can have a pending order buy from the MA 50, or if you more risk averse, you can take from mid BB, but MA 50 should be a good place to start your buy for CAD-JPY. So CAD-JPY is instant buy, and next pair is AUD NZD. Okay, for AUD NZD on the weekly time frame, we can see here price is already at the top BB, making a hammer here, a reversal pattern, and of course in that case we would look for setup to make the sell entry valid. On D1 is a MHV sell, price making a CSM here, then this is almost extreme sell. Yeah, this is extreme sell. TPW, MHV, re-entry, and then this one re-entry, then making an MHV. Overall, this is a MHV. And we look at the sell on the lower time frame. CSAK sell here already closed. I'll take it as below the EMA 50 here. Okay, and if we look at the H1, it's already clear to us that there's already a CSM sell here, and re-entry sell already happened. So AUD NZD is an instant sell, and this will be our sell zone from here to here. If you want to minimize your risk, you can take from mid BB, but from EMA 50 is reasonable, and this will be our stop level. Stop level is always above the previous high, so you don't get whipsaw and prematurely taken out from the trade that's otherwise profitable. Okay, this will be our setup for AUD and ZE. Okay, as usual, our last pair will be gold. Okay, for gold we can see here on a weekly time frame, excuse the drawing, just click a bit. Okay, we can see we try to sell gold for a couple of weeks because you see this divergence and there's a sell divergence, but price keep making a high here. So even till today, gold is still a valid sell setup for us, as you can see here. Okay, on daily we can see that MHV sell is still happening, and the EMA is coming out of the BB, so this will mean that this will put the price downward like this, and until that the BB come back, EMA come back to the inside the BB, there will be potentially to go a bit up again before you make a downward movement. Okay, on H4 you want to see CSM. There's a CSM buy here, but this is a CS. I'll take it as a CSAKSL, and let's look at H1 if our sell setup is valid. Yeah, so our sell setup is valid. Candle close below the MA50, below the low BB, CSM sell, very good CSM sell. And then we can go back to H4, and we can identify this as our sell zone here. Okay, and of course our stop level will be here. Put a little bit, manage your lot size, so you can put a little bit higher stop level for gold, because the spread for gold on most broker usually is quite big. So even maybe we can put like on a round number like 12730 or something like that. Okay, so that usually a good number for your stop level. Yeah, somewhere around here, strong psychological level. Okay, so that's it for this week. Let's recap. Okay, our trade for this week, we have hold this trade from last week, so two of it, EU and UCHAP, and then EG we need to set alert. Okay, let me set alert for CSM buy at H1. Okay, and CAD Yen is an instant sell. Okay, let me just put the instant. AUD and ZD instant sell as well. Sorry, CAD Yen instant buy, AUD and ZD instant sell, and gold instant sell. Okay, so that's all for this week. I wish you all the best for your trading, and till we meet again next week, stay safe and bye bye.